Hello everybody, just thought I'd do a really quick video to update you and let you know that I am alive and well. I'm not sure about the well part, but I am alive. There's been a lot going on this end, which is keeping me really busy. That's why the video uploads have kind of stopped or slowed down tremendously. A lot of it has to do with work and just a commute I have to make every day. It's almost an hour's ride for me to get back and forth to work, each way. So it's 2 hours a day that I spend driving. And to top it off, Rusty Iron Van, it's now going on, what, more than 3 weeks? It was supposed to only last 2 weeks, and it did. But now that we're hitting like 3 weeks or so, making that long commute, Rusty Iron Van is starting to develop issues and is overheating. That means my hour-long commute is taking longer, and obviously it's stressful because at any moment the car like overheats. So that has been keeping me pretty busy, just trying to make sure I get to work every day, carrying extra water, and trying to plan the route to where I can exit. Except the problem is along that stretch of US 1, there's really no turnoffs. Other than on the side of the road, and even then, some of it's not, you can't just turn off. But, so I've had the vehicle overheat several times. Usually in the morning, though. It seems to do it on the way to work and not on the way home from work, which I don't understand. The water's been draining out. I have been adding the water fully in the morning, and I add it fully when I get ready to head home. So that's a concern. The other thing is that being in the house, I now have house expenses, which include repair, maintenance, and upkeep. The air conditioning, we had fixed it, but it turns out we didn't, because what was really wrong with it was appears to be a physical thing with the blower motor. I ended up paying $89 for whatchamacallit, weather engineers. Let me mention them by name because I'm really angry with them. I told them that the blower wasn't working, and they said, well, they have to send someone out to look at it, and there would be an $89 fee. Okay, so they came out and basically told me the blower wasn't working, which is what I told them, and they charged me $89 for that, which I ended up paying. But essentially, I mean, he was there like 3 minutes. He went in there, turned it on, and said, looks like the blower's not working. You got a short in your blower. I'm like, that's why I called you guys. The blower wasn't working. And I told you that the blower wasn't working. But anyhow, I would not recommend them. I couldn't believe that I can understand them charging and stuff for their visits and stuff, but to charge $89 when I told them what was wrong, the symptoms on the phone, and they said they have to send someone out only to tell me what I already told them. So I spent money on that. The other issue is with Little Blue 2. Charles had been sending all these parts, and I've been working with Nick to try to get it to work. Actually, I've been paying Nick to try to get it to work. And we went through everything and installed the injectors, then the starter, and then we ended up replacing these spark plugs. And sure enough, the car ran worse than before. Yeah. So after Charles sent all the parts, which was kind of expensive, and I sunk in an additional, I'm going to guess, I think a total of like almost $200. Actually more than $200 with all the parts, supplies, and paying Nick. I think it was close to like $300. The car doesn't run. So I've got two cars that essentially don't run, which means I've been grounded, which is why you haven't seen me doing trip videos and whatnot. I've been kind of stuck, which brings me to the next point. You know that this vehicle that I'm in right now is Rusty Iron Van, and it can run around town and stuff, but driving back and forth on, on a 45-minute to 1 hour drive each way is really killing it, with it running in limp mode, which means it's only running in second gear, I think. So I've been spending like about $80 to $100 each week in gasoline. Yeah, it's $400 a month in gasoline, to go back and forth to work, and it's really not that far. It's like 25 miles each way. And I'm spending $80 to $100 a week, $400 a month, considering that I'm not really making that much as a handyman assistant. You can see what the problem is. So I've had all these expenditures with the house and the vehicle, and that's been keeping me busy just trying to get income coming in. And on top of that, the YouTube monetization issue occurred at the same time. So that's what's been keeping me busy, just trying to put all the fires out and trying to stay afloat. So here's what the plan looks like it's going to have to be. Even though I'm in Walter's house right now and still paying utilities and everything on it, you know, and a slight rent, I'm not going to be able to live there. Not as long as I'm still working at this other job. This job as a handyman assistant in Cocoa. I can't afford the commute. $400 a month to commute to work. When you're not getting paid that much, it's not affordable. So I'm gonna have to convert this van, rusty iron van, to live in. Yeah, it's not a permanent thing, but a temporary solution until I can get myself resituated. Because financially, I've been spending money fixing the car and the house, and neither one is fixed. So living in the van, I should be able to save at least $200, $200 to $300 in gasoline each month. That can go towards trying to get either a replacement vehicle or Little Blue 2 fixed. Haven't decided yet what I want to do. It'd be a shame to get this far with Little Blue 2 and then give up on it, but it's starting to become a money pit. I mean, it already has become a money pit. Not just my money, but Charles's money. So, yeah, I'm over at Walmart here to try to pick up some food items, maybe to cook outside Walter's yard at the Camp Freedom 4. You guys were saying you missed my videos, and I know I really feel badly about not uploading and stuff, but I haven't really had time to film. I've just been busy just trying to put fires out. And, you know, so the plan right now is basically to fix up Little Blue, fix up Rusty Iron Van here for temporary living. So we're going to go shopping at Walmart, which I'm going to talk about what I think are critical items that a person should get if they find that they have to live in a vehicle on short notice. And if you have a van, you're kind of lucky, even if it's a minivan, because you have a lot more room than if you live in a car. But a lot of what I'm going to be covering can apply to cars as well as living in a van. I'm not going to be buying a lot of the items because I already have them, but we're going to point them out at Walmart so you can get a rough estimate as to how much it's going to cost. Then I'm hoping to pick up some food items to do a cookout video. And then later on, if it's still daylight, we're going to try to go ahead and put this van together and show you what I would do if I have to, which I have to actually now do, for temporary living. The vehicle's just going to be rigged for me to sleep in and live in while I work at in the Cocoa area, so that the commute's not so far. The only issue is, it's still leaking water, so I have to carry a lot of water and fill it every day, and that's a problem with this vehicle. But what are you going to do? I got to keep working. I had hoped that I could look for work while I was at Walter's house, but it's not turning out to be that way because I'm constantly dealing with all these fires. So maybe in a couple weeks to a month I can get back on my feet, once I'm not shelling out $400 a month in gasoline. I mean, that's enough money to do repairs or even purchase another vehicle. And since I've started working, I've spent like $400, well, actually since I moved to Walter's house. So it's been about a month or so, a little bit more than a month and a half. So I've spent about $600, $500 or $600 commuting back and forth to work, which isn't enough for a vehicle yet, but could be, So we're here at Walmart, and we're gonna go shopping.